I've often talked about how much of a pay-per-view buyer I am. Take that any way you want it. But I'll tell you how I take it. NordVPN.com/Fightful. Fastest VPN on the planet, global server network, all that good stuff. That's great. But a big reason why I got NordVPN.com/Fightful is all the pay-per-views I buy, all the money we're spending. We're trying to control costs as a company, as a household. You can get those UFC pay-per-views at a fraction of the price you're paying here in America. Plus, you can get all kinds of great content that you wouldn't normally see thanks to those services as well. Shows that are on overseas services, things that you want to watch a little bit early so you get on that UK time and watch them. Being able to change the interfaces of things like the WWE Network. Maybe you don't like Peacock, anything like that. NordVPN.com/Fightful gives you that ability while having the fastest VPN on the planet. Also, you just get so much more out of your internet experience with NordVPN.com/Fightful. Subscribe to Fight and AEW Plus. Watch AEW without commercials. Watch bare knuckle boxing. Watch UFC pay-per-views, boxing pay-per-views at the rates they're getting over in the UK. Change your virtual location with just one click. And hey, if you need any help using it, they got that 24/7 tech support. NordVPN.com/Fightful.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Iridian Fierro here for Fightful, and my guest at this time, if you didn't know, now you know. This is the JCW champion, one half of the GCW tag champions, Jordan Oliver. Jordan, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm a bit tired from GCW yesterday and freelance the day before, but we're here.
You're a busy man.
A little.
A little.
A little bit busy.
So the first time that I saw you, it was like in 2020 at an AAW show.
Oh my God.
It was in Logan Square Auditorium. It's insane. The first time I was like, wow, really talented guy. And the fact that you've just been able to make yourself such a great singles competitor, a tag competitor, just be in factions. Did you think that you would be where you are today from 2 years ago?
It's interesting. First, if you put like a picture of that guy and then a picture of this guy, you probably like, ooh, that was that. I do have a lot of confidence in myself.
Yeah.
I really do feel like I was born to be a wrestler. I didn't know this is where I'd be.
Yeah.
But I felt I would always be successful.
You feel in place.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic, and you really do have a lot of confidence, and I do like that the way you speak, you're super well spoken. You are just a great supporter of the indies.
Yes.
So
yes,
what
yes.
has being a wrestler in the indies meant to you?
Oh, it's been the big blessing of my life.
Yeah.
Without indie wrestling, I don't know what I would be doing. And I know that maybe I could be wrestling on TV. I could be doing other stuff. But I just think the heart, the blood, the professional wrestling, this is professional wrestling, you know. Wrestling in bars, VFWs.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's super well-rounded. Like you said, bars, you know, you've wrestled in a lot of places.
Yeah,
do you have
wrestling
one
Kirk
that's
and Hall.
do you have one that's the weirdest place that you've wrestled in? I know a lot of wrestlers say like backyard, but that's kind of standard
it's not so
now,
weird,
right?
Though, right? It's
yeah.
kind of common. Recently, I wrestled in Tony Deppin's brewery on a mat, like that was just like a small mat.
Oh.
I had 4 matches in one day at this brewery for Mike Bailey, and in between each match, we had to play Jenga.
Oh.
So that's my weirdest wrestling experience of all time.
Fun in between the fun,
Yeah,
right?
it was so hard.
So let's talk a little bit about Alex Shelley. He
yeah.
has really taken you under his wing. What have you learned from him, or what advice has he given you from being in a tag team and for being a singles competitor?
So something that Alex Shelley has really like implemented, especially for me and Nick Wayne both, is just controlling the room. We're young wrestlers. A lot of times you hear slow down. Actually, I heard this so much time early in my career, right? Slow down, think about it so much, whatever.
Yeah.
But Alex Shelley has given us the confidence to kind of take our time,
Yeah.
find a rhythm. Like, me and Nick Wayne are stars.
Yeah.
We're young, but we're stars, and we can control a room. And he really gave us this confidence, I believe.
And you mentioned Nick Wayne.
Yes.
So let's talk about him a little
Yes.
bit. He is currently signed to AEW, so congratulations to him. And do you have your eye on any company? Nick is in AEW. Are you thinking like, okay, well maybe I could go to AEW, or is that not even crossing your mind? Or are you thinking about different promotions possibly?
So recently I said, like, I'm not in a rush to find any contract.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I will sign anywhere if I get to tag with my little brother Nick Wayne. My main goal in wrestling is to wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling full time.
Okay.
But if I can tag with Nick Wayne, I will do it. This
You'll
is
be
my
happy.
favorite thing in professional wrestling. I've never felt so alive, so perfect, in my place, with my brother in my corner.
And I'm glad that you mentioned New Japan Pro Wrestling because you guys just made your debut over there.
Yeah,
And I
together.
know-
We had to do
yes!
it together.
So talk to me a little bit about that. How was that?
This was insane because so we had done a Japan tour with GCW maybe a year ago now. After the last match, Desperado comes up to us and he's telling us very nice things and whatever. Hopefully we can bring you to New Japan. Just, nothing really, but and then for a year later, me and Nick Wayne to wrestle against Desperado in a New Japan ring. I mean, this is a dream come true, really. A dream come true for us.
So you were able to check that off your bucket list.
Yep, hell yeah.
And do you have any other goals within New Japan? I know you said you want to be there full time, but anything else with New Japan that you might want to do over there?
In New Japan, as far as things go, I really want to wrestle for the best of the Super Juniors. I would love to. If I can wrestle for the Super Juniors, I want the Super Junior title. If I can win the Super Junior title, I want to wrestle in the G1.
Yes.
If I can wrestle in the G1, I want to be the World Heavyweight Champion.
You're like, I want to be the best.
Yeah, my goal in wrestling is to be the very best of all time.
This
is what I want.
And you're confident enough to do it.
I'm going to try.
Fantastic.
I'm going to give
love
it my best try.
So you do take a lot of pride in, like we talked about, being in the indies.
Yeah.
Where do you see the indies being in a couple of years? Or where do you want it to be?
Independent wrestling right now is so weird because we do have a lot of big promotions and things like this, but I had this thought during COVID. Okay, maybe when we come back from COVID, the live house will be a lot more because people have been stuck in their houses.
Yeah.
And this has happened. We've come back and now we're before COVID. Normal indie show, 200 people, 300 people. Every show I'm wrestling at now is 500 or more usually. But the streaming numbers are down, and I think this is because people have been stuck in their homes watching the streams. So now they're at the shows. So we're in a weird place where unless the live show is good, I don't know if people are actually watching. So I'm hoping that in the next few years, independent wrestling can get back to that boom that we had in 2010 or 12, where there's a bunch of stars, there's a bunch of good promotions, and people are watching. I mean, at that time, you have Adam Cole, everybody that's on AEW. They're wrestling at that time, and I'm hoping we can get the independents back to that.
That's awesome, and I hope it is able to get back to that point. Like I said before, you are so well spoken, and I know you are you just take pride in the locker room and helping people out. Talk to me a little bit about how you want that backstage culture to be like.
I just think that the most important thing in wrestling, and it's missing usually, especially amongst young talent, is honesty.
Okay.
A lot of times you'll come back from your match and, not me, someone will go, how'd my match go? And the person will go, it was fine, it was good, it was okay. But no feedback, because they're scared to hurt people's feelings or they don't want to get into an argument. But I think it's very important to be honest and just keep it real. So that's what I implement. Anytime someone asks me how the match went, I tell them, no matter what the case was, good, bad, great, normal, indifferent. If there's a small thing that I think we can do better, I will comment on this.
You'll say it.
I think you need to, especially for young talent. So this is how I try to do it.
That's amazing. Let's talk about this outfit. I am such a fan of you coming out in suits. I saw you at the show yesterday, and I was like, okay, full-on suit. It was really hot in there.
It was okay. I felt fine.
It was a steamy arena, okay? I was there the whole time. It was a little steamy situation going on. What made you not want to come out in just your wrestling gear? You're just like, okay, now this is going to be me, super professional, formal. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so maybe 6 months ago, I started thinking indie wrestling again. Indie wrestling, everyone looks just bummy. We show up in workout gear. It's no issues to people that do this, but I started thinking I want to hold myself to a higher standard. I know that I have influence amongst my locker room. People maybe not look up to me, but in a way look up to me, I don't know. I want to set a standard for the younger talent, and guys like Cody Rhodes very much inspired me, and this is a weird one. Future inspired me a ton.
Okay.
I love the idea that someone like Future can be a party guy, have fun, do whatever he wants, and still be always professional and look very nice. So that's what inspired me. And honestly, since then, I feel like people have taken me a lot more serious. Even though I am only 24 and I'm young, dumb, and
Yeah.
broke. I have this reputation of I don't know what,
Yeah.
but I feel like this has helped me so much. And I love to dress like this.
That's
I
so
love, I feel
amazing.
comfortable. I don't
Well,
feel weird.
You look good, you feel good,
Thank you so
right?
much.
I know that
agree.
you mentioned Future, and I know you're wearing headphones.
Yes.
Talk to me a little about the music that goes into the mind of Jordan Oliver. Yeah.
I love all sorts of music, an insane amount of music. I love hip hop. I love pop.
Okay.
I love. I don't even know the amount. If I pull my playlist out, you'd be
You're like,
what is
random.
what is all of this stuff? But Future is definitely my favorite artist right now.
Oh my God,
I love
yeah.
J. Cole a lot. I love so many different people. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to like throw
Narrow
them
it
out my
down.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jordan, thank you so much for joining me. We
Yes.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And yeah, continue having your success. And I'm super
I'm gonna
excited. Maybe
try.
you'll be in New Japan
Yes.
for long term.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm coming for that belt.